Think about the best celebration you ever had. It may have been a birthday or Christmas. What made it so special? King Josiah and the Israelites had a very special celebration together. Let's read about it. Josiah had achieved much during his reign. The people had broken down their idols, and the book of the law had been found in the temple. After reading the book of the law, Josiah wanted to celebrate people's decision to follow God. You know what? The Passover hadn't been celebrated for many years. So he decided to gather all the people together for a big community celebration. Normally, people celebrated the Passover feast with their families or neighbors. But Josiah recognized that not everyone would be able to afford to sacrifice an animal. So, he gave 30,000 sheep and goats and 300 cattle. Other leaders wanted to have too. They gave thousands of animals for the Passover offerings. The Passover celebration was to remind the Israelites of their time as slaves in Egypt. Pharaoh, the Egyptian king, refused to let the Israelites go. So God sent 10 plagues to force Pharaoh to set the Israelites free. The plagues were terrible. The water turned to blood. Frogs were everywhere. Darkness, lies, hailstones added more pain. But the 10th plague was the worst. It would involve taking the life of the firstborn of families in Egypt. However, God had instructed the Israelite families to sacrifice a lamb and put its blood on their doorposts. It was to be a sign. When the angel saw the blood, he would pass over that house. If the angel didn't see the blood on the doorpost, the firstborn would die. The Israelites obeyed God. So that night, when the angel came, he took the life of the firstborn of every Egyptian family. The Passover celebration also showed the people how God would save them from their sins. The lamb sacrificed during the feast represented to Jesus, the Messiah, who would die on the cross for everyone's sins. The Passover feast included special food. The people ate unleavened bread. The bread without yeast. It was a flat bread. At the time of the first Passover, there's no time to let the bread rise. Yeast also reminded the people of sin and how it would come silently into their lives. The lamb was roasted and eaten with bitter herbs. The bitter herbs reminded the people the hard time they had as slaves in Egypt. Well, when the Passover day came, all the priests stood in their places to celebrate the Passover for the people. They divided all the people into family groups. Then they sacrificed the animals, roasted them, and gave them to the people. No work was allowed during the Passover. The people enjoyed plenty of food and wonderful music. After the Passover, the people celebrated the Feast of Unleavened Bread together for 7 days. All this time was spent in celebration of God's goodness. God saved His people and they would never forget it.